All right, let's just get this over with. So, today we're tackling 1,000 Plateaus. It's by a couple of French guys, Deleuze and Guattari, and it's a book.
It's a cinder block with words on it, Bob. And who are we even making this for? Seriously, who has time for this nonsense? I guess if you're a tenured professor with a massive trust fund and you're just desperate to sound deep at a dinner party, then hey, this one's for you. For everyone else, people with jobs and a will to live, don't worry. We're taking the bullet for it.
Oh, and get this. Right in the foreword, it says, whose authors recommend that you read it as you would listen to a record.
A record? What in the world does that even mean? The only record I've got is currently being used as a coaster. Am I supposed to just, drop the needle anywhere and pray it's not some 12-minute philosophical drum solo?
Yeah, exactly. Can I skip the tracks I don't like? I've got a sinking feeling the B-side is just as awful as the A-side. Let me tell you, there are no hits on this album. None. All right, let's wade into the swamp here. First up is this big, important concept called the rhizome. I gotta tell you, my nephew, the one who's in art school and is just absolutely insufferable, he came home for break and would not shut his trap about his new rhizomatic approach to lunch. He was eating a Hot Pocket with a fork and knife.
So here's the actual definition they give. You ready for this? Make rhizomes, not roots. Never plant.
Okay.
Don't sow, grow offshoots.
Don't be one or multiple, be multiplicities. Hold on, what?
Run lines, never plot a point.
And my favorite, speed turns the point into a line.
This sounds like a completely failed gardening slogan for numbnuts. Tired of your plants growing in an orderly way? Try our new product, Chaos. Just chuck it on the lawn and run for your life. Okay, so we've done the hard work and translated this from professor speak into English. A rhizome is like grass, I guess? It just kind of spreads all over the place with no real center.
And it's not a tree. We definitely got that part. Trees are bad. They've got roots, way too organized, very problematic.
Right, and multiplicities, which I think is just a $5 word for a bunch of stuff.
Apparently it's also got something to do with the Pink Panther. Don't ask me, I don't know. And finally, make maps, not photos. Right, because a photo is, a clear picture of reality, and that's just too simple for these galaxy brains. You got to make a map, because a map can be confusing and totally wrong. Much better.
Okay, if your brain doesn't hurt yet, just you wait. Let's move on to the next section and see how this whole thing just builds into a bigger and bigger migraine. It's called becoming animal. I mean, seriously, what kind of bike seat sniffer comes up with this stuff? Who's sitting around their apartment thinking, you know what the problem with humanity is? We're not enough like badgers. So look at this. It's wolf tracks. Is this it? Is this the profound idea? I'm just supposed to wander around in the snow like a confused coyote? Is that what philosophical genius looks like these days? Giving up your opposable thumb so you can get really into the smell of garbage? So we've put together a little how-to guide for all you aspiring philosopher clowns out there. How to become animal. Step 1, stop showering. Let's be honest, anyone reading this book is probably halfway there already.
Step 2, howl at your mailman. That's a great way to make sure your Amazon packages get punted to your front door from now on.
Step 3, sniff suspiciously at lampposts. Oh yeah, you'll make tons of new friends. They'll all have 4 legs and probably fleas.
And my personal favorite, step 4, get banned from Petco. Can you just imagine that? Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to get out of the hamster bedding. You're scaring the children and the actual hamsters.
Oh, and they quote this guy who says, in this super whiny voice, I'm hungry, always hungry. A man should not be hungry, so I'll have to become a dog. But how? Go to a deli. Get a sandwich, you moron. You don't have to philosophize your way into becoming a poodle just because you're a little peckish. What is wrong with these people? Oh, for the love of... It just keeps getting better, folks. The next piece of genius from our 2 French friends is the body without organs. I can literally feel my brain cells committing suicide one by one. This is just, it's intellectual poison. And here's the definition, which clears it all up, I'm sure. What is drawn does not pre-exist the act of drawing.
So they were just making it up as they went along? Is that what they're saying? They were bored, started scribbling in a notebook, and decided to call their random doodles a body without organs?
That is exactly what it is. It's the philosophical version of a toddler smearing ketchup on the wall and calling it a masterpiece. And apparently, this whole idiotic concept comes from some ancient debate between 2 dead French guys, Cuvier and Joffre. We've laid it out for you as the pathetic slap fight that it was. You got Cuvier, a man of power who likes order and fossils, basically the hall monitor of 19th century science.
And then you got Joffrey, a nomadic man of speed who apparently thought hens have teeth and was super into monsters. A total clown. So this entire theory is based on an argument between a giant nerd and a complete weirdo. Wonderful.
So, after all that, what is it? We've decided the body without organs is just a fancy French way of saying a useless, shapeless blob. It's a field of potential, an empty space, whatever.
It's nothing. It's a void. You know, kind of like the brain of anyone who claims to actually understand this book and isn't just lying to sound smart.
You know what? That's it. I'm done. I've had it. I can't do this anymore.
We're not even gonna try to explain the rest of this garbage?
Nope. We're tapping out. From here on out, it's just a waterfall of made-up, nonsensical words. It's a dictionary written by lunatics. So for this next section, we're just going to yell some of the words at you. It'll honestly make just as much sense. Faciality. Hexiety. That's not a word. It sounds like a disease you get from eating bad clams. Deterritorialization.
Deterritorialization. It's just sounds. It's gibberish.
It's word soup for brain-dead academics who hate joy and sunlight. It means nothing. It's fancy nonsense for your nephew and his stupid rhizomatic art collective. They made a sculpture out of used toilet paper rolls, Bob. Toilet paper rolls.
It's completely meaningless. You're not smart. You're just confusing. You are low IQ NPCs, both of you, just mashing buttons and spewing jargon.
Buzz off, you silly goose.
And the bartender says, what is this, some kind of joke? Oh my God, that's so stupid. I don't even know why that's so funny. It just is. Oh man. Okay. I'm trying to pull it together. Here's one last quote from the book. The insufficiency of economic and political definitions of fascism does not simply imply a need to tack on vague, oh, who cares? Yeah, whatever. You say, Dumbo. So, what's the big takeaway here, folks? It's pretty simple. This book is incomprehensible gibberish from start to finish.
Yeah, unless you actively want to lose 1,000 brain cells and several plateaus of your own sanity, just save your money. Go buy a pizza. Read a comic book. Honestly, just staring at a blank wall would be a more productive use of your time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go call my nephew and tell him he's a numbnuts.